It's giving me placeholder. It's giving me they know that Cachet is popular. Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. Hello, if you're new to today's video, is going to be a review of Love Island USA Season 3, Episode 9. I hope everybody is doing as well as can be, and I really do hope everybody is being as proactive as possible in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. And if you're still on the lookout for some resources, I've linked some in the description. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on my commentary. I'm always up for a chat, I'm always up for debate, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. No hard feelings. So, Episode 8. Yes, I'm jumping back on the Love Island USA train. The UK one, I just don't even want to talk about it. But let's get into the USA one. So obviously, Roxy and Leanne go. I'm so sad to see Leanne go. I wanted her to have more time. I just feel like she shouldn't have put all of her eggs in Cinco's basket. But then again, I don't think she really had any other options. Sad to see her go. And right off the bat, we already have some drama with Miss Amy. Amy, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's one of those emotional nights, but I just feel like she was being overly sensitive, overreacting, in my opinion. At first, she's upset because she feels like Jeremy is playing her, and that I can understand because Jeremy absolutely is playing her. He's definitely going to jump ship very soon. But she's also upset that Isaiah and Cachet were kissing in front of her, which she says is insensitive because Cachet knows that she likes Isaiah. And I gotta call bullshit on that because why wouldn't they kiss? They just coupled up, and early days for everyone. So I'm really confused by this emotional investment to the point where she is in tears. They're in a couple. How can you not expect them to do couple things after they've coupled up with each other? So for me, that was a bit iffy. And then on top of that, she goes to Isaiah to bitch about Cachet to Isaiah, trying to make it look like it was Cachet that's the bad guy here. She doesn't put any of the blame on Isaiah, so it's kind of like, oh, Cachet's in the wrong. And I just feel like this is a very slimy, grimy thing here, and I feel like this is her way of coming in between Cachet and Isaiah by making Cachet out to be the bad guy, when really and truly, in the situation, if it really is to be made a thing, they both should be in the wrong because Isaiah also knows that you're into him. So why is all the blame being put on Cachet? Amy? Very suspicious. But honestly, I just feel like Amy's being overly sensitive. She is reaching because Cachet is innocent. So I just feel like she needed to hold that, to be honest. Just keep it between Olivia. I don't know why she's going to Isaiah. That was really dodgy in my opinion. Then Amy confronts Cachet. She does keep it light and just basically says that she thought it was insensitive. Cachet basically gives her reasons. Cachet was definitely justified on what she did. She just basically said obviously she wants to start off her relationship on the right foot, so that's why she chose to kiss him. It wasn't malicious or anything. And Amy was basically like, oh, it's cool, whatever. I don't want a boy to come between our relationship, but I call bullshit considering she was literally dogging Cachet out to Isaiah. But then she's like how she's basically going to fall back and she's not going to come between them. And again, I just feel like that's suspicious as well. I feel like she's falling back because she's a lovely number two and she's doubtful whether Isaiah is actually interested in her. So that's why she's falling back under the guise of friendship. I see you, Amy. I see you. So then we round back to Jeremy on the night that Amy was crying her eyes out, obviously upset. Does he go up to her immediately? No, he doesn't. He's standing around like, oh, why is she crying? What have I done? Blah, blah, blah. And it just seems like he doesn't want to check up on her because he's been bamboozled. And what's interesting is instead of going up to Amy first to figure out what is going on, despite his reservations, he goes up to Olivia first to find out the tea. So this to me is very suspicious and lets me know that Jeremy knew what he had done wrong already. He just wanted to go to Olivia first just to get an insight of whether Amy was onto him or not. So then Jeremy kind of finally talks to Amy and just lies through his teeth. Tells her, oh, I don't know what Florita is talking about. She must be confused. I didn't say that. I'm into you, blah, blah, blah. And even on that evening, even though Amy was like, oh, I believe you, I knew Amy was over it. She did not believe him. She knew he was lying. And then the next day, Amy basically just calls him out and says, look, I know you want some bullshit. Let's just stay friends. But Jeremy is definitely top tier trash because he was talking about how, oh, he didn't say that. Maybe I should go speak to Florita and tell her where she got that from. So this is top tier behavior when you're taking the lie and now you're trying to gaslight the person who caught you in the lie to manipulate them into retracting. That is top tier trash behavior. Jeremy. He's not a nice guy. Jeremy and Florita do have a talk, and he basically does that I can't recall, like, oh, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that, but I'm sorry if I did, blah, blah, blah. They kind of sort that situation out pretty quickly, and then Jeremy basically puts it on Florita, and interestingly, Florita is open to getting to know Jeremy further, which I'm just kind of like, girl, like, he literally just lied on your name and you want to get to know him further. Come on, girl. Come on, like, can you not see the big red flag in front of your face? Jeremy and Florita do kiss in this episode, and Florita did look like she liked it, to be honest. And I've got to say, it feels like to me that there was a bit more of a spark with Jeremy than with Corey. I still feel like she should stick with Corey. I feel like it will be better for her game, but I do think she's more attracted to Jeremy. So yeah, honestly, I don't know what Florita is doing entertaining Jeremy. Personally, the smart option is obviously just to stick with Corey. And even so, Jeremy and Corey, this love triangle, it's not very juicy because they're both pretty chill guys. So I just feel like Florita should be smart and stick with Corey. Also, Shannon's being messy again. She's giving Jeremy tips of how to win Florita, but then is also giving advice to Corey. Like, girl, what are you doing? Shannon definitely lives for drama. Then we have another challenge. Interesting highlights of the challenge where Jeremy kisses Florita pretty passionately, Corey visibly uncomfortable. Amy chooses to kiss Isaiah. Mrs. I don't want a boy to come between us could have picked any boy in there to kiss. Decides she wants to kiss Isaiah. Isaiah decides to kiss Amy with the passion, picking her up, flinging her on the sofa. What is going on with that? Cachet is just there uncomfortable, like, what is going on? And these camera people were very shady, like, every single time, like, Trina was kissing Cinco, etc. They kept panning on Cachet's face. It was all very shady. But Miss Amy, I knew I don't buy the act. There was also another section where Shannon got the chance to reveal some gossip. She just revealed some dry-ass gossip. I wanted her to reveal how basically the whole house feels like Isaiah is being phony towards Cachet. That's the type of juice I wanted revealed. Like, who cares about who is the virgin? Like, who cares? Shannon is literally the messiest person in that house, and that's the juice she came with. I'm disappointed. So, the new boys come in. They're both at least decent looking. I think Wes is good looking. It just feels like the house is full of light-skinned brothers now. Like, we need another dark one in brown minimum. Like, we have too much. We have too many light-skinned brothers in there, in my opinion. I think Slade will have many options. He's decent looking and he's incredibly tall. I feel like he's the tallest guy in there. He's like 6'5". So of course he's gonna have options. He also has, you know, a deep southern accent as well. For the most part, the boys seem to be okay. They're going cool about it. Corey, he seems a little bit pressed, but he's trying to not make it visible. Jeremy, he seems pretty relaxed, even though he's definitely going to be in the hot seat. I don't know, maybe he has an inflated sense of ego. He just thinks that, you know, he's a catcher, he's going to be fine. But Giovanni is pressed. He is nervous. He just feels like Olivia's going to leave him. And to be honest, I think he's right. He's definitely going to have to be strategizing about who he's going to couple up with to stay. If it's a thing where boys are going home. If that is the case, maybe he should try talking to Cachet because, you know, Isaiah definitely is not going to be staying with her the whole way. So maybe he should try and get in her head and be like, yeah, Isaiah doesn't have good intentions for you. Be with me. You know what I mean? I think so. Olivia's definitely ready to jump ship. I'm thinking Amy probably wants to jump ship. Florita was looking around. And I'm thinking maybe Cachet would be open to getting to know Wes if Wes was interested. Slade basically says that he's interested in Olivia. And West basically says that he's interested in Amy and Cachet. I'm thinking more Amy. The way that he described both, it feels like he's probably more physically attracted to Amy. It's giving me placeholder. It's giving me they know that Cachet is popular. Also, I was absolutely living for Amy and Will chatting shit about Jeremy in Spanish. So Amy and Slade go on a date, and I don't think they'll become anything. There wasn't really much chemistry there. Then he picks Olivia for a date, and honestly the Slade guy is pretty boring, to be fair, but I feel like he doesn't really have to do much. Olivia is already ready to jump ship. Then Wes and Cash go on a date, and it's a cute date. He does comment on her looks, so I guess I take that back. But even still, I'm still suspicious. Because of Caleb, I'm just always going to be suspicious of these light-skinned brothers. Then he picked Amy for a date, and I didn't really feel much chemistry there. I feel like Amy was very laid back, but he just looked like he had met his wife. Like he said he'd been waiting a long time for her. So I feel like he's definitely more physically attracted to Amy. And I think he's probably going to be putting more effort into getting to know Amy. And I feel like that's where he should stay. He clearly, if he does get with Cachet, it will be a second option. So I feel like he should just go with Amy. At the end of the episode, Florita does pull Corey for a chat to reveal the kiss. Corey is not impressed. He is pressed. He's basically saying how him and Jeremy ain't cool anymore. Corey's a pretty cool, chill guy, and so is Jeremy, to be fair. But it'd be interesting to see if there is a confrontation or how that goes. But I feel like if there is going to be one, it's just going to be very chill. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's cool. Like, we're still boys. I really want to see Corey cuss Jeremy out. That's what I want to see. And then, of course, we've got a recoupling coming. And they're kind of teasing perhaps maybe Florita's going to choose Jeremy. And I feel bad for Corey because I was really hoping Corey was finally going to be in a solid relationship. You know, he's a solid relationship guy. And Jeremy, the snake, has come in here. And I know if Jeremy and Florita get together, as soon as the new girl comes in, he's going to be chasing her. So Florita, if she's smart, she would stick with Corey. But I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of here for the drama. I'm here for the drama. That was pretty much it for the episode. I'd be interested to hear from you guys. What did you guys think about the drama? Do you feel like Wes is genuine with his feelings about Cachet? Who do you think they should pick? I'm not entirely sold. I feel like Cachet might be getting a bit too ahead of herself. It kind of feels like she kind of wants to fling Isaiah to the side. I feel like she needs to be very smart about the situation. And let Wes come to her, to be fair. The ball is in her court. I feel like if she wants to see if Wes is really interested, she should lay back and let him come to her because she's already got a safe option. Who do you think Florita should get with? Are you here for her and Jeremy, or do you prefer her with Corey? And also, what do you think Giovanni's plan of action should be? It kind of just feels like he's just trying to graft on Olivia when he should be looking for different options. Do you feel like Olivia will ditch Slade or she'll stick with Giovanni? I'd be interested to hear from you guys. I'm pretty sure she's going to ditch him. As always, let me know what you thought about my commentary. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to put my notification bell on so you know when the next video is dropping. I'm also trying to get to 3.4k subscribers, so I'd appreciate if you help me reach that goal. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel so far. Till next time, guys, bye!